On Tasmania's west coast, a few miles south of Strahan, lays a patch of the world's finest Huon Pine. Having been sheltered by fire, these ancient giants have grown at a rate of 2 millimeters per year and were alive long before Christ walked the earth. Yet equally compelling is the story of the men who not only lived in this forest, but prospered within it. The year was 1897, and the Mount Lyell Copper Company had just completed a 21-kilometre railway to the newly formed town of Hpine. This was the highest navigable point on the King River, and was a welcome change to the previously arduous journey packing supplies overland. Extensions to the railway were surveyed and originally intended to continue to an area known as Pine Cove, but it was later deemed to be more beneficial to end the railway at the existing small settlement of Strahan. However, the survey work conducted for Pine Cove proved valuable when Huntley Clark and Hartwell Condor, two of the surveyors, unexpectedly discovered a significant reserve of the highly sought after Huon Pine timber. Condor later applied for a lease of 750 acres, where he had a tramway connecting to a bank overlooking the King River. This tramway was constructed entirely of Huon Pine and ran for 7 kilometres through the forest before ending at what was known as Condor's Chute, a steep cliff face where the logs were rolled off, slid downhill to the river and floated down to be caught by a boom at Piccaninny Point. A small settlement comprising nothing more than a few rough huts and a sawmill used to process the logs. Condor's lease expired in 1916, and he then focused his attention to the south side of the reserve, where he constructed another tramway leading out to a jetty on Pine Cove. In the years to follow, piners would use further strategic methods for timber extraction. During the 1920s, Smith and Edgerton, who held a lease in the upper reaches of Pine Cove, erected a sizeable hut covered in Huon Pine shingles. This served as a base for their operations, housing a team of horses equipped with log shoes and chains. The horses were employed to drag timber a distance of over 5 miles from the camp to the water. This labour-intensive practice left enduring marks on the landscape, known as shoe roads, which are still visible today. It's been on my radar for some time to visit this area to see what remains of the hardships endured by these men. So when Crosby and Vaughn offered to transport me, I jumped at the occasion for a good old-fashioned adventure. Morning, Captain. I just made it. I had a minute to spare. Hey, Vaughn, how are you? Good morning for it.
Yes. Ocean's roaring.
I'll pass you those ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can hear it, eh? Bloody earth.
Must be foul out there. Yeah. Can you get me?
Yep. It's got her. So with the Kelly Basin's motor purring and a cup of coffee in the hand, we said goodbye to Strahan and cruised out to Macquarie Harbour. And after a pleasant short while, we had arrived at Pine Cove. So we've just anchored in at Pine Cove, and we're going to be taking the dinghy over there somewhere to try to find the old tramway of Condor. I used to pull the logs out from up Pine Cove and take them to a jetty somewhere over there, so we'll see if we can find that. Crosby's putting on the boots. And Vaughn, you're going to man the ship, are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. We've got a cracking day for it today. And then after we do this search, I'm going to be hiking up there somewhere, up onto the plateau, and searching for the old hut, Huon Pine hut. But anyway, first things first, let's Let's go and see what we can find here in the cove. We found early on the old jetty, which was connected to Condor's Pine Cove Creek tramway, but getting close seemed to be the real challenge. Oh yeah, she's shallow. So we've just got out of the dinghy, and we're trying to find the old tramway. The scrub's pretty thick, but we'll have a little look around. We spent about half hour bashing around the scrub, hoping to intercept the old tramway, but found nothing to suggest one ever ran through here, so decided to try to follow from the jetty inland instead. But see how they cut in really sharply?
I reckon that's where it came from.
Yeah, you can line them up.
Yeah. What's this here, fire?
Yeah, there's another one here.
Yeah. They've had it mounted up there.
They can't disappear that easy, can they?
That's what those Huon Pine. They look as though they've been burned through.
Yeah, it just disappears, doesn't it? History's claimed this one, by the look of that. One more search inland and it was time to part ways with Crozzy. I'd be off for the night chasing more history and would catch up with him tomorrow on the King River. Righto, Croz. Thanks very much, mate. I'll see you tomorrow at the Iron Bridge at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, either there or Condor.
Yep.
If you come down Condors, I don't know how hard to get up the river, but
Yeah. Well,
we'll find
yeah.
one place or another.
I'll try to give you
Yeah.
an update if I can, but it probably won't mean much because you won't have reception.
I will before I leave Strawn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At around say 11.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, if things change, I'll let you know.
Yeah. You might be out early.
Yep.
It'll look like getting out early.
It'll be a bit of a squeeze time-wise, I think, but I think we can do it. Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, we won't leave it there.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I like it.
So now we begin the real adventure. I've got a pretty thick walk to get up to the Button Grass Plains, but from there I'm hoping I can get onto the old shoe road that's going to lead to Upper Pine Cove Creek, because I want to find this hut. It's thick, straight up.
Take the road less traveled. Yeah, I choose my battles. Oh, you know that's who I am. Oh, I've come unraveled. I've had cages rattled. Oh, this is where we stand. Come with me and we will fly away. Run with me and we will seize the day. This is the moment. our stars were faded. I know I'm not the only one. Come with me and we will fly away. Run with me and we will seize the day.
Hero, I made it.
This is the moment. This is the moment. Looking up, something more. All the things we waited for. The moment. This is the moment. This is how our story goes. I can feel it in my bones. Yeah, this life ebbs and flows. Into the wild we go. 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 This is the moment. This is the moment. Looking up, something more. All the things we waited for. The moment. This is the moment.
Holy.
This is the moment.
Oh man. She's not easy work. Oh. Ooh. But I tell you what, it's pretty fun out here. After a quick refuel, it was time to continue following the shoe road. I had now been walking for 5 hours, and it wouldn't take long before the magic started to appear. Just got my first Huon. Look at him, little beauty. And that's actually right in the middle of the shoe road. So this tree here is probably, I don't know, it could be 50 years old, 6-7 foot high. Gonna start seeing a lot more of them. So I've just come into this little forest here, up from that scrub, and I noticed this big Huon Pine here. Check it out. Look at that. I put the starting chip on it. That is just a perfect, massive, huge, premium log of Huon Pine. And they left it. I wonder why. That is so fascinating. That's beautiful. This is why I love old forests. Like, you can get someone put a mark in it 100 years ago, 120 years ago, doesn't matter. It's still here. And this tree will be here for many more hundreds of years. It's actually already been here for a couple of thousand, so, oh, wow. This is so sweet. I knew like this track, this whole itinerary was just going to be so sick the way that I designed it, because I love being in these type of forests. Oh, no way. That's the hut. That's the bloody hut. Holy crap. That was the hut. There it is right there. I'll put it on the screen. So the horses would have been right here, and then you had the hut and the fireplace at the back. Wow. So these planks here are all Huon Pine. And apparently the reason that this tipped was because there was a myrtle that they'd built it on underneath that must have rotted, and it sent the whole thing lopsided a bit, and she's down. What a mess. Here's the chimney. Wow, look how well preserved they are underneath. These are 100 years old, these planks. Oh, here we go. We got a boot. That is epic. Oh, Piner's boot. Here's one of the OGs, the old long necks. Bloody hell, looks like a fetus in there. Another long neck. Tea mug. They loved the long necks, these blokes. Didn't mess around with anything else. So I've just come down to the creek and have a look at this. It's a hollowed out bit of Huon Pine. Now I don't know what it would have been used for, but it definitely had a function. Horse feeding maybe? So we're going to continue following this track upstream because that's the natural direction that I need to head, because tomorrow I'm going to be climbing up out of here onto the Tupacana range, and that's where I'm going to be looking for Hartwell Condor's tramway, which apparently there's heaps left of. Taking in the stunning surroundings, I then departed Pine Cove Creek and began my journey towards the plateau. A quick hello to a mate and I was on Forestry's roads. These are only accessible to vehicle via travel along the West Coast Wilderness Railway line. So it's kind of getting late now. I need to find somewhere to set up camp. And I'm thinking I'll do it at this creek right down here, providing there's a nice little spot for me. Well, this is the creek And I tell you what, that is a bloody ripper view. But I might just have to set up camp on the road. Although exhausted, I was thrilled to finally put the pack down. Today I had managed to walk 12 kilometres in about 8 hours, mostly through overgrown scrub. But most importantly, I was on schedule to meet Crozzy at 1 PM the next day, providing I could find Condor's tramway in good time. Oh, this is living. The next morning fared well, and after a quick breakfast, pack up, clean up, and water refuel, I was ready to go find the tramway. So it's a little bit later start than I was hoping. It's 7:30, and we're going to hike up to the plateau now and then find Condor's tramway. I've pretty well got the coordinates for it, so fingers crossed the old surveying map lines up with the one that I've got, and we'll be laughing. Got all these beautiful, I think they're pandanus. I don't know, really small ones. See that, those there are pandanus. Right from the first step, the rainforest up to the plateau was some of the finest I've seen in this state. This type of rainforest is implicate and is named from the Latin word implicatus, meaning tangled or interwoven. It refers to the dense network of stems in the understory, which makes walking through these forests almost impossible. And one marvels at the endurance and fortitude harnessed by our pioneers to overcome such surroundings. Look at this place. It's just like, as far as the eye can see, it's just enchanting. That's friggin' ridiculous. Look at that guy. Okay, so it's almost 9 o'clock and we're really close to where I wanted to be to turn off. And from there it looks like about 300 meters through the bush to get to the point of Condor's tramway that was surveyed. Is there going to be a shortcut? I don't know. I'm really hoping there is. No, it's about the worst vegetation it could have been too. Thick. Hectic.
guess this is why they call it bushwalking. So many cracking Huons in here. Incredible. Oh, there's one they took. We must be close to the tram line because they wouldn't have dragged him too far from it. Here's another one and another one down here. I reckon there's more to this tramway than I know of, and it's very close. This is an old track. This here, a bit of rubbish over the top of it, but have a look at that, right here. This is an old foot track. Oh, that's it. That's the tramway. Holy shoot. This is it right here. Believe it or not, these here are Huon Pine sleepers. And there. There was a bridge here. There was a bridge that went across here to the other side. You can see all the sleepers down there. Oh, this is incredible. I'm so stoked to have found this. I had the pressure on me with the time today, but we should be able to follow this all the way to the river. It's about 1.5 k's. But yeah, you can see it was a massive bridge. They must have had huge bearers to support all of these. Anyway, let's follow it all the way to Condor Chute. Another bridge. You can see it, all the pieces of it down there connects over to the other side. One of the nails from the bridge bearing. We don't want to fall on that. Alright, because it's a lot thicker in here than what I thought it was going to be, I've had a change of plans. I'm going to get Crozzy and Max to pick me up from Condor Chute, which will be the end of this, so I can take my time and properly document it. Otherwise I could basically run to the river, film it, and then I'd have to backtrack all the way back just to get to Hpine to meet them where I said I would. And it's not worth the stress. Still getting the odd bearers and sleepers here. They're getting a bit few and far between now because this type of forest here has quite a fair bit of leaf litter, so it covers it up. But we're still on it.
Somewhere along the creek, I lost the tramway's cutout. So being pressed for time, I decided to climb out of the valley and attempt to strike it again closer to the King River, where it would end at Condor's chute.
It's pretty steep around here. I'm only about 500 meters off where the chute was apparently. And it's all open, man ferns. But no sign of the tramway around here. Whoa, unfortunately. Look at that. It's a big bit of metal. Must be close to something. I just realized what this is. This is a shoe that they'd have a chain from here being pulled by the horses, and they'd drop the front of the log on to be dragged through the forest or along the tramway or wherever. How cool is that? This is really like probably the ultimate forest to have this section of the trip in, because this is where all the good stuff was. Apparently there was a massive Huon Pine wheel, like a big sort of drum that was about 4 or 5 foot wide, near the chute. But even just that shoe, like that's amazing. Like that was pretty lucky that I found that, because walking through here, it doesn't poke out, you know. So there's a bottle here in the cut stump, but it's just like a random little thing here and there. No cluster of anything. Wow. This is Condor's chute. So this big massive wheel, I think, was used to bring things up the chute. Supplies like chaff for the horses, anything else they needed, new equipment. We're right on it. It must be down here. This is it, Condor's chute. It's a little hard probably to work out, but you've got this cliff face here, and then it comes into this steep bank. And where I am is raised, and on the other side it's raised, so it's kind of like a funnel. Anything that rolls off the cliff falls into the funnel. Doesn't matter how it lands, it will straighten up and shoot straight down to the river. Float all the way down to Piccaninny Point, ready to be milled. Bloody incredible. We'll follow that down after I have lunch, and yeah, I'll try to be there around 12 so then I can be ready for Crozzy and Max. So I've just had a bit of a bite to eat and exploring around a bit more. But yeah, there's almost nothing to see. It's strange. That log shoe has really got me thinking, why was it just sitting there out of the way from everything? I wonder if it was like a horse's grave, maybe. I'm not sure if that's a possibility or not. Oh, here we go. Got a dump here. Wow, what would that have been? Look at the weird shape of that. It's a Nestle. It's got a curve on it. Or maybe it's Nestle, I'm not sure. Wine bottles. Yeah, it's a nice little dump. Really good dump. Could be some more stuff around here. That there gives you an idea of how much time has passed. These broken bottles are in the roots of that man fern. We've got the bottles are just down there, and then we've got the log shoe here. So that could have been a fireplace, maybe. If they had a hut here and used that for the fireplace, and they threw bottles down the hill, makes a little bit of sense.
With the clock ticking, it was time to make my way down to the river so I could meet up with Crozzy and Max for my ride home. But not without following the course of Condor's chute.
That's Condor's chute right there. My word, she's gouged out. All the way down here, and it just keeps going. Steep country around here, better get two hands. Might be a better angle, you can see the walls here either side. It's all the way up. It's like a giant shoe road. All the way down. Oh, made it to the bottom of Condor's chute. Bloody hell, it's a steep thing. The King River, awesome. So I can sit here and wait now for Crozzy and Max to come. They should only be an hour or so, so stoked. What an epic overnighter. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. Make sure you leave a like, drop a comment, and share it with someone if you think they might enjoy it. And until next time, guys, take care.
Here they come.
I thought that might work.